Dolomites are known as some of the most spectacular mountains in the world, and the best way to discover them is hiking. My name is Bruno Pisani. I'm a mountain photographer and adventurer, and Dolomites are one of my favorite playgrounds. Most of you will probably agree that round trips are one of the best ways to discover a mountain area because it allows us to create a loop, so we can basically connect more locations, see more landscapes, and it's just way more rewarding. So in this video we're gonna be looking at 3 round trips in the Dolomites. The difficulty of these hikes is increasing. So the first one is basic, the middle one is intermediate, the third one is very hard. So make sure to check all the specs so you can choose the one that fits your physical abilities. Also, the GPS tracks of these trips are available for download, so you can check out the description, download the tracks and use them on your hikes. So let's start. The trail starts in a small parking lot on the road between Cortina and the famous Passo Giau. The place is called Ponte Ru Curto. From here, you will start hiking on a wide path in the forest that will soon take you to a wonderful wooden bridge that will let you jump on the left side of the valley that you're going to follow, Val Formin. After a couple minutes, you'll find a split and you're going on the right. The path initially goes up very gently and will let you stare at the impressive sharp pinnacles of Croda da Lago. If you're familiar with Dolomites, you might have seen this mountain from lots of other viewpoints, but not many people know that there is a valley right below. The trail gets more and more steep and also a little bit more technical and rocky, but it's always well marked and with no difficulties. After 2 total hours hiking, you're going to reach Forcella Rossa, a wide saddle with a spectacular view towards the Mondeval Plateau right below and Monte Pelmo in the background. It's such a great spot to rest a little bit and have a snack. It's time to keep hiking. Following the trail number 435, you will soon arrive to Forcella Ambrizzola, another saddle at the bottom of a little weird-shaped mountain called Becco di Mezzodì. From here, there is a spectacular 360 view towards some of the highest mountains in the Dolomites, including Antelao, Sorapis, Cristallo, Croda Rossa, Civetta, and Pelmo, of course. And another thing that you will notice is a little lake right below the western face of Croda da Lago. It's Federa Lake, and that's where you're going next. This lake is a little gem in the Dolomites, where Becco di Mezzodì is reflecting among lots of large trees that really give their best in autumn. In fact, in mid-October they turn into a spectacular orange color that you should really experience if you're visiting in this season. Also, there is a mountain hut really close to the shore, Rifugio Palmieri, where you can have some lunch or taste a traditional cake. It's such a dreamy place. From here, you will keep hiking on the north side of the lake and you're going to follow the trail number 434 and then 437 that will take you back to the bottom of Val Formin and then back to the car. Past the little town of Moso, you will find the parking lot at the beginning of the beautiful Val Fiscalina. This is the starting point of the hike. From here, you're going to follow a flat gravel road in this spectacular wide alpine valley. You'll soon reach Rifugio Fondovalle. Here, you'll find the split, and you're going on the right towards Rifugio Locatelli. The trail is very beautiful and relatively easy, and slowly rises among some amazing peaks. After 2.5 hours, you'll finally reach one of the most iconic places in the whole Dolomites, Tre Cime di Lavaredo. It's such an unbelievable place. The whole area is usually very crowded, so if you're looking for a quieter place to relax and have lunch, you can stop at the amazing little lakes right below the saddle, called Laghi dei Piani, just like I did. Now the trail gets more flat and passes below the north face of Monte Paterno. And after crossing a little saddle, you'll soon arrive at Rifugio Pian di Cengia. This is the highest point of the entire loop. After a well-deserved beer, you'll start hiking down, and after 30 minutes you're going to reach another hut, Rifugio Zigmondi Comici. It's located right below the huge north face of Croda dei Toni, and it's really hard to describe how massive this mountain is. From here, it's time to hike back down to Rifugio Fondovalle, where there's a beautiful sign that perfectly recaps the entire loop. The goal of this round trip is to hike all around one of the most iconic mountains in the Dolomites, Monte Civetta. It's not only one of the highest, but it's also one of the most massive. The starting point is from Palafavera, at the end of the beautiful Val di Zoldo. From here, you will start hiking on a gravel road in the forest that will take you to Malga Pioda. This is where the actual trail begins. After 1 hour hiking, you will reach Rifugio Coldai at 2,300 meters. Here, you will turn left and you'll start following the beautiful Sentiero Tivan, which passes below the eastern face of Civetta. You'll find some easy parts with iron rope for a safer passage. This trail runs almost flat for more than an hour, and you'll be able to admire the spectacular sharp pinnacles of Civetta on your right and a fantastic view of Monte Pelmo and the entire Val di Zoldo on the other side of the valley. Now the path gets more and more steep and starts rising into a wide couloir that you have to follow all the way up.
This part is really steep and tiring.
You will make it to Forcella delle Sasse, the highest point of the entire loop. This saddle divides the ranges of Civetta and Moiazza, and it's a great place to have a little break after a hard ascent. From here, you will start hiking down the spectacular Van delle Sasse, a huge solitary plateau where it really feels like being on another planet. The trail starts going down more and more steep, and after a long descent at the bottom of the impressive Torre Trieste, you will reach another hut, Rifugio Vazzoler. We are a bit more than halfway. Now the path becomes technically easier and follows a long, beautiful valley that will take you to the third hut of this loop, Rifugio Tissi. This place is just unbelievable. You will find yourself facing the immense western face of Monte Civetta. This wall is 1200 meters high, and it's a great playground for high-level climbers. If you're thinking of splitting the itinerary into 2 days, this is definitely the best place to spend the night. It's time to keep hiking. After a little descent to the saddle below the hut, the trail rises again, and after 1 hour you will reach a beautiful little lake, Lago Coldai. The reflection of the northwest face of Civetta is the perfect reward after such a long hike. You're almost about to finish the loop. In 5 minutes you will be at Sella Coldai, the saddle right over the lake and close to where the first hut is located, and then you will follow the same way that you hiked in the morning that will take you back to the parking. Alright, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you also like this kind of hiking tips, because I'm thinking about doing more and more about Dolomites and also about other areas that I visit. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. It really helps me to grow this project way more videos are coming. Hiking tips, outdoor adventures, doku vlogs, the van stuff is coming soon, so I really hope to see you in the next adventure.